Okay, how to use Scratch. Scratch 1.3 is a simplified computer programming application. On the surface, it looks a little bit like a drawing program. So let's start a new project. I'm going to go to my folder on my computer, which is the applications folder. And you would double click on Scratch, the application, to open the program. We're going to create a new program or project, so I'm going to click on New. Now here is the interface. We see our first little sprite, and a sprite is simply the character that you're going to animate. In this blank gray area, we're going to put our scripts and do our work in this area. All of the different activities and things that you can do to animate your sprite can be found over here on the left side, and they're color coded. So we have motions, things like moving your character forward and backwards, telling it to turn around and what direction to go. Another useful menu is going to be the control menu. This is how you basically start your program. So I'm going to select my sprite, and it's a little cat. If I wanted to change my sprite, I would simply click on the Costumes button. And here on this Costume tab, I can rename it here, the costume. I can rename it here. I can also import a picture if I wanted to. So for this activity, what we're going to do is I'm going to import a picture, and I get this import window. And I'm going to look in my pictures folder because I have some special pictures in there that I think it'll be fun to use. And I downloaded this from the Scratch website. And here we have some little Lego people. And here's Doctor number 1, so I'm going to click on it and click OK. So now I have this image over here in my stage. This white area here where my image appeared is called the stage. And if I wanted to change the stage, I'll go over here and click and highlight on stage one time, and then I would be able to draw a background, or I could import another picture for the background. So let's see. I will import a picture. So as you can see, there's good integration with iPhoto. These are all my iPhoto images. They're grouped by year. And then I can also go into the backgrounds that they have that comes with the Scratch. So let's take a look in Indoors and see what we find. We have a room, clothing store. Let's see, I'm going to pick a hall. So we'll have the doctor walking in the hallway. I'm going to highlight it and click OK. So now he's moving in our hallway. So we have changed our background stage. Now let's get to the programming part. I'm going to click back on my sprite so that the program knows that I want to work on what the sprite is going to do. Then I'm going to click Scripts again, and this is where I'm going to put the scripts. We always want to start with the green flag. When clicked, it's going to do something. And this green flag will get us started. So what we want to do, let's see, let's have the doctor, when the right arrow is pressed, so we're going to grab this when key is pressed. Okay, now see here that my puzzle pieces are not fitting together. That means I must be missing a command. And I believe that is the if command. So let's see if this puzzle piece will go together. Okay, so when the green flag go is clicked, if, let's see, let's put this back. If what? Okay, if we're going to go over here to sensing, if a certain key is pressed, we want it to do something. And see how the little octagon piece is highlighted? That tells me it can go there. If the space key is pressed, do this. But we're going to change the space key from space key to right arrow. If the right arrow is pressed, well, what do we want it to do? So now we're going to go over here to the motion area, and we're going to tell it to move, let's say, 5 steps. And I did that by simply highlighting the number to change it. So it's going to move 5 steps. Now, let's see what happens if this works. Okay, so we've wrapped our command in forever, so that's what the command, that's what will happen each time that the right arrow is pressed. Now that we've got our character to move to the right, and let's test it. I'm going to stop, and now we're going to apply. And every time I push the arrow, the right arrow, he moves to the right. So let's stop that. And now we need to get him to move to the left. Okay. By making sure that these commands are lined up within forever but on the same level, that means that they'll happen independently of each other. So now I'm going to go back to sensing because I need to tell it to add the right arrow or left arrow. And I want it to move. We're going to go to motion. I want it to move the opposite direction. So I'm going to make that -5. And I press enter. And now we can test it out, pressing the green flag, moving to the left, moving to the right. Now, let's see. We've already changed our stage or our background. We've had him move. Those are the basic steps for working with Scratch 1.3 with a new project. That's all.